The Celtics shut down the Indiana Pacers in the second half, take a 1-0 lead with an 84-74 win over the Indiana Pacers. My name is Mike Petraglia, joined again by Josue Pavon. 48-29, the Celtics outscore Indiana in the second half. They opened the second half with an 11-0 run. Indiana did not score their first field goal until 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, talk about a team that struggled with that third quarter, that it seemed like that was always the difference maker. It was, but in a good way for the Celtics this time around. You know, you saw that defense, you saw them apply pressure. The Pacers missed 10 straight field goals from the end of the second quarter into the start of the third quarter. They built that cushion, the Celtics built that cushion, and they pretty much held on throughout. Obviously, they did with a double-digit victory.
It was great to see the Celtics avoid the upset bug that a lot of home court teams suffered on Saturday. The Celtics hold court here and take a 1-0 lead into Wednesday's Game 2 here at TD Garden. Kyrie Irving, 20 points, but what really stuck out to me, Josue, about Kyrie is how active he was defensively on the ball.
Yes, he absolutely was. You saw the impact. You saw the steals that he made in the first half. You also saw him being a bit passive, too, and I mean that in a good way. You saw him trying to get his teammates involved, swinging the ball around, I should say, throughout the first half, and that continued to go throughout the second half when he knew when to pick his spots, when to take those shots, and, of course, Marcus Morris made things a little easier for him. 10 points in the first quarter, finished with 20. Great games from both of them.
Really, and Marcus Morris, so much had been written and said about him toward the end of the regular season when he struggled. But the Celtics needed a boost off the bench, certainly with Marcus Smart out for probably the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. Right. They needed somebody to step up, and today that was Marcus Morris, and to a smaller degree, Terry Rozier.
Yeah, you saw that energy just from the moment he got onto the court. The first time I can remember that in the first quarter, he's real rah-rah, screaming to the crowd, got the crowd into it, and that's so important in this series. This home court means a lot for the Celtics in this matchup against the Pacers. The Pacers just couldn't find the answers offensively. Bogdanovich had an off night, which isn't going to happen every single night throughout this series. I think he's very important for this team and for this series, but the Celtics lucked out in the sense that their offense wasn't clicking at the same time the Celtics was throughout the second half.
The Celtics Garden Report playoff style is brought to you by the great folks at betonline.ag. Go to clnsmedia.com/win and use the promo code CLNS50 for a 50% cashback bonus on your first deposit. Look, I thought when the Celtics were down 11, it was like they were watching Tiger Woods win his Masters championship on Sunday. Yeah, and it really did. It seemed like when Tiger Woods knocked in that putt to clinch his 15th major on Sunday afternoon, Kyrie Irving at the same time hit a three-pointer, and all of the stars seemed to align because the last time Tiger Woods won a Masters, Josue, was 2008. We know what happened in 2008.
No kidding. Has it been that long? I had no idea. Wow, 2008. Yeah, that was a big year for the Celtics. I mean, look, they can continue this, obviously. They had the momentum. The only thing that troubles me, Trags, is those turnovers. The turnovers in the first half especially, you don't want to give the Indiana Pacers an opportunity to capitalize on those type of turnovers. They have to clean that up. They did a really good job of slowing down the Celtics transitional offense, which is something that Nate McMillan talked about before the game. So they did the right things. It was just that third quarter where the Celtics offense just really ramped up and they couldn't recover.
Well, and the defense. Brad Stevens is going to talk after this game about the defensive intensity that was really there from probably the middle of the second quarter through the rest of the game. It was very, very impressive. The Celtics down 11 in the second quarter, managed to get themselves together. Again, they outscore the Indiana Pacers 48-29 in the second half of this game, and they beat Indiana by a score of 84-74. We'll have complete coverage, of course, on clnsmedia.com and on Twitter at CelticsCLNS.